go to Denmark to speak to someone who's made her home there for the past 12 years. She's Shami Albrechtsen. She's an American journalist living in Copenhagen, and she's written a book called A Piece of Danish Happiness. Shami, first of all, why is Denmark so happy? Is it, for a start, is it true, do you think?
It's definitely true. Denmark is the happiest place on earth, and you can definitely feel it here, especially during Christmas. This is like a fantastic place. You know, during the entire month, we have loads of celebration, festivals, rituals, games, dancing around the Christmas tree, songs. It's quite fun.
And I mean, you say that there are different things going on during the month. I mean, can you give examples of the kind of thing? This is within families, is it?
Oh yeah, it's totally within families, but it's also with the school and with your work. I mean, we have Christmas parties at the office as well, but it has nothing to do with very expensive Christmas gifts or materialism, and it really has to do with something in Denmark we call it hygge, which is translated into coziness. It's difficult to translate, but hygge is about warmth, good conversation, being with friends and family. Homemade foods made with love and care, maybe creating a nice environment with lights and candles.
Are the Danes smug about this, as our professor suggested, right, with his tongue in his cheek, that they might be?
Smug, I think, is a tough word I think that many Danes are not aware of it. I'm an American and I moved to Denmark, and I mean, when you ask Danes, they actually cannot express it. They're not able to describe their happiness, and it's mostly because they're quite content. So, as earlier some of your speakers talked about, contentment versus happiness, or can you really be happy all the time? And they're not happy all the time, but they're content. They're satisfied with their lives. They're satisfied, and that's why Christmas is a very nice time of year, because you don't start comparing about gifts and about I think comparison and competing with one another, envy kills happiness.
Can I just try and dig one more time? We haven't into the issue of why, though, because there you are, they're in the north of Europe. The weather's not particularly good, as David suggested. You make and then watch all these gloomy crime, and you're very good at writing about crime. Why do you think it is? Because it is so consistent. Are there elements in this, social elements, that you think contribute to it?
Yes, we have a social norm called the jantelaw, and it's an attitude, and it's ingrained in everyone, from when you're a school child upwards. I mean, even at work, where you're kind of told that I think you have something similar called the tall poppy syndrome.
Yes.
Don't compete with other people. Don't show off, and don't be completely materialistic. Don't come with your sports car. If you have one, park it in the back and be very humble about it. And that attitude goes across everything, and it does help people be more content, because you're not competing all the time. You're not always feeling like, oh, someone has more than I do. I mean, I think it was interesting about your lottery winner. I mean, because he couldn't make anyone happy, really. You're giving gifts. You're trying, but you can't give gifts to everyone. So,
Shami Albrechtsen, thank you very much indeed.